Hi guys, welcome back to another Minecraft video. Hope you're all keeping well. In today's episode, I'm going to be showing you how I build, like how I plan out a city for Minecraft. So yeah, let's have a look here. So here you can sort of see that I'm placing the walls. So I'll put a key up in the one of the corners for the blocks that I use and what they mean, but this is going to be the surrounding wall for the king. I don't know, I guess you can call it a kingdom, I'm not really sure. But here you can sort of see I'm marking out towers. I'm trying to keep it relatively angled, I'm not trying to make loads of straight lines. Kind of keeps it more interesting that way. And then here you can sort of see I'm making the city centre and making main roads coming off of here. Here I'm doing sort of stables and building the higher upper class, I guess you could call it, and then the main manor house. I thought it would be interesting to sort of have it down that end of the kingdom, I guess, of the wall. And then here I'm just building up a few more higher class houses that maybe like the manor people would be in. And then here you can see that I'm building the trading posts and houses, people that might work in the trading post, and then a few shops and just things like that, just so that when you arrive you've got a few things there. This is going to be the loading area that you can see now, the brown marking, and then obviously a few more houses just to sort of decorate the area and make it look more livable, I guess. And that is the yellow square with the blue square on top is a shop with a home on top. So it's sort of a two-story building, like an apartment, I guess, sort of thing. And then here I'm trying to split like the divisions up, so you sort of have a area where there's like higher class and then like the main, I guess, mayor of the city or whatever you want to call them, and then you have the sort of lower class, the working class, sort of more central to the city. As you see here, I'm building a few more sort of lower class, working class people for like their houses, making another entrance as well. I sort of thought that maybe it's probably a good idea to try and keep the roads not straight, basically try and avoid doing just literally just like straight lines, because it gets a bit weird and a bit boring. And also, as you can see with the buildings that I'm building now, they're all diagonal, they're different shapes. Sometimes this is hard to do, but other times it's a lot easier than you think it is. It does take a bit of practice obviously, but you get used to it. Basically I'm just building the working class kind of area for now, make a few more homes. And here in the corner I kind of thought it would be a good idea to have like the blacksmith, like somebody who makes tools. You go in, you go through the road and you sort of come to their sort of area of work, I suppose. And here I built another stables just by the other gate. As you can see we've got 4 gates, which is I think is appropriate. Got a few exits, a few entrances. And then here I'm just building, sort of filling in the area, making it seem a lot more lively. And as you can see I'm sort of dotting around a few brown blocks here. They're sort of trees or maybe like sort of like nature sort of things. I don't know what to call them. Here we're panning over, we're coming over to the farming district, which you may notice is outside of the city wall. So I kind of thought it was appropriate to have the farm outside so that people had to sort of travel. There is a main road connecting it, and then sort of a couple houses or storage barns, and then a main road. Again, we're making another side road going all the way up the hill with another farmhouse, also with another massive field. And I kind of thought this would be interesting. As you come to the city walls, you're greeted with a massive, what do you call it, field, like crop field. But yeah, that's kind of how I make my cities. Really, it's a bit sped up, I know. Okay, so you sort of see the finished product here. Well, relatively finished. This is what I kind of do for a plan if I'm going to be building a big project. I like to plan it out so that you sort of get a feel for what it is you're building. I wouldn't stick to these plans all the time. I might edit them as I go along, make changes as you go along, and that's completely fine. That's completely natural to tweak a building, or completely, like, if I felt like this barn here, this storage, this like stable kind of barn thing, if I didn't feel like that was appropriate, I'd remove that and then maybe put one outside or something, just so that it can look a bit more natural. But here you can sort of see the majority of the city, really. As you can see, the difference in colours. We've got the upper class bit here, with the manor house in the red. I kind of thought that was appropriate because it's not like a castle kingdom kind of thing. It's more of like a medieval city that they have a wall around to protect them, and they have somebody to run the city. So as you see here, sorry, clearing my throat. We've got the dock area. I quite like this area. It's quite detailed for quite a small area. You've got the actual trading sort of post here. You've got the docks coming off, and then you've got this sort of yellow bit here, which I thought would be a crane. Which, if big ships came through, which not very large ones obviously, but fairly big ships came through, they can get the crane. If it's heavy cargo, they can lift it off into this loading area, which is the brown mark. And obviously anybody who works in this trading post or dock station has somewhere to live, and owners of shops can live in some of these houses as well, which these are 2 shops. And then obviously you come through, you've got your stables so you can drop off your horse if we've got any outsiders coming through, and you've got a few upper class sort of, I guess, friends of the mayor, if you will, houses there. They're going to live in these, so they're pretty close. Again, with this actually marks out sort of like a garden kind of area, and then as you come up through, you have a shop there with a few houses. Again, on the right, a few houses, and as you can sort of see, as you come to more to the centre of the city, you can see that there's a few more shops around. And, you can have a market in place or something like that. But that's pretty much it. I mean, you've got the farms on the outside of the wall, and that's kind of how I build my cities. That's how I go about planning them. And then from this point on, I'd start construction, obviously. But I think it's important. I mean, I've seen a few times that people just build like straight walls, like straight buildings, quite flat, quite boring, if I'm being honest. And you kind of, if you want to add more detail, diagonal lines is always a good way. I mean, you can also like switch up blocks as well that you're using. Like if you're using cobblestone, for example, chuck in some stone, some gravel, or diorite, or something like that. Or is it diorite or andesite, the grey one? I can't remember. This one, andesite, yeah, andesite. So, you know, you can just chuck in a few different ideas and stuff like that to make it more interesting. But that's kind of it, really. That's kind of the city plan. We're not planning on building this, but if you would like to see like me build this, see how it like comes out, see how it performs, that would be really cool. I mean, if you give this video a like, and I'll do that. That'd be really cool, I think. Sort of see where my plans sort of lead to, I guess. But yeah, that's kind of going to be it, really. It's going to be the video. I hope you did enjoy, and if you did, please leave a like. If you have any suggestions, put them down in the comments. Consider subscribing for more content, and hope you had a good day and a good weekend. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.